What rank is this guy? This guy is 4,500. So, top 500. So here you can see a bunch of those techniques I just talked about in action. So let's see here. The enemy team's gonna run out through here. And where do you actually want to commit to the dive? What is gonna be the best kill box here? I'm guessing your supports are going to be standing here. Or maybe here. You could probably already take a dive around here. Or maybe here. I haven't been playing a lot of dive on this map, so I'm actually unsure about this. It's just a bunch of goats, since goats is it's goats. But yeah, you want to have the Zen be in Discord range. So if the Zen is standing here, you could probably make a dive already around here, but that is gonna put him in danger of Widowmakers standing over here. But with the Tracer's positioning, right now, it feels like they should do a dive around here. But the Zen is all the way over there, somewhere around here, so, well, okay, well. If you're gonna have the Zen on this high ground, then you should probably dive around here. You don't want to wait until they've actually touched point to dive, so you want to do it while they are rotating to point. So this should probably be the kill box. It's gonna be in range of your Zen to discord whatever target you want to kill. Your Sombra can decloak around here. Your Genji can stand on this high ground and dash down. So, same thing with the monkey. He can just jump down and leap up whenever he needs to get the fuck out. And Tracer can come in from behind here. You make this triple, or this is even a four-man crossfire angle. This is how you want to play dive. You want to attack or pincer enemy teams from a bunch of different directions at the same time and just instantly delete someone.
He's half.
Okay, chilling here. They are playing goats, it looks like. Ana, Lucio, Genji. Okay, it's not goats. Ana, Lucio, Genji. Where's the second DPS? Can't see a second DPS. Well, oh well.
No.
Okay, Tracer actually decided to attack early for some reason.
Sorry, half. Sorry, no bubbles. We push up. We have them under pressure. Ryan's hacked.
So they hacked Ryan. What actually happened here?
Yeah.
So the reason I'm going more into the actual team aspect of the game is because of well, these players are ultra skilled. They're way more skilled than I am, and they're actually doing quite a few, or they aren't doing a lot of micro mistakes or individual mistakes at all. So there's not a lot I can say about their hero mechanics and how they play the hero. That is why I'm going more in depth onto the actual team comps and how they should be ran on different points and against different team comps, if you were wondering. But here he actually made a mistake. Jellis went in way too early. You should definitely wait for the Genji and the Winston to actually engage. So he's doing some poke damage to the Ana, and then he's forced to blink out. This was definitely a mistake.
Still slow. Sorry, half. Sorry, no bubbles. We push up. We have
They do kind of a half dive. They force out some cooldowns, but they had to use some cooldowns as well. They also lost their advantageous positioning of having the pincer 4-man attack. So now suddenly everything's changed. So from having a 4-man pincer attack like this, they now have the Tracer and the Sombra around here, so everyone's attacking from this direction, except the monkey that is on the high ground. So this makes the Reinhardt shield super effective. With everyone shooting from one direction, Reinhardt shield absorbs all of the damage, instead of having a Sombra and a Tracer that can circle them around. So let's see how they deal with this. So now they're just poking the shield, but this is putting a lot of pressure on the monkey. Almost dies to a McCree. and
go.
dies to some random spam
That's
damage.
unfortunate. Zarya yourself.
Zarya's Discord.
So as I just said, that they are really skilled and rarely do individual mistakes on their heroes, we actually get to see one in action. That was kind of ironic, but yeah.
Zarya no
Ryan's
ally.
Discorded.
What the?
Ryan Discord, Ryan Discord. Can go
Ryan
Ryan,
one,
go
Ryan
Ryan.
one.
Ryan, Ryan. You have no
Ryan one.
shield.
Ryan's dead. Zarya's not Discord.
Oh, I'm dead.
Zarya
Genji's
one.
on me.
That is a lost team fight.
This map is a ball map. My bad, I just fucking died.
Yeah, they really need to play this comp way more as an all-in and then get the fuck out. They need to chill and hide and not take any damage at all until they can get another all-in from 4 different angles. There is no other way. Especially when they are playing against a Reinhardt comp, they really can't stand and like poke at the shield. It just puts them further and further behind in resources.
Like, I don't get it. He's teabagging because he's killed me in that spawn. I'm doing Widow.
So Jealous is now mad, going Widow.
Teabagging in scrims. No.
Okay, so we didn't really get to see any any nice tracer mechanics. I'm sorry, Sketver. I think we're gonna see some later,
Zoya, man. Kill Zoya.
hopefully.
No personal.
Walk out. Just all both and then we blade. We have chance as well.
Big pick on the Ana.
I blade now.
Really cocky Ana. She got 2 hits in, and she thought that she could actually duel the Widowmaker. Bad idea. Bad idea.
Blade now.
It is never worth it to duel a
bullying me.
Widowmaker as an Ana.
Nice.
Another
For like 5
big
seconds.
shutdown.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Kill yourself.
Suddenly, Genji.
He hit me behind them.
Back up.
Yeah, man.
But it doesn't matter. He got his 2 picks. He has done his job as Widowmaker.
Ryan hacked.
And
Ben,
the
why are you-
enemy
are you on
team
top?
push is stifled.
We have EMP.
They have a widow now?
Of course they do. I'm gonna kill him and teabag again for about a minute.
Probably gonna take high ground here again.
He doesn't know
Get some long, nice sidelines.
Genji.
I shot you.
Oh.
Oh,
They
that
also shot
scream.
you.
Ana one. That side. No nade. Lucio low.
I didn't
Holy
know.
shit, Jealous
Oh,
Widowmaker.
I've been
Getting
Ryan's
slept on.
hacked. Ryan's hacked.
They
Probably dead here.
onto me, not with blade, just because they're like, fuck this guy. I'm so offended, like.
Kill him.
I can't
Getting slightly tilted.
Let me come back.
For him.
Okay, let's move forward.
I
He's
killed him.
one now.
Shooting Ryan. There are not a lot of options. Going right side to get a flank is the correct move. They have a Widowmaker of their own now.
I can beat us out. I beat us out.
Ryan's Discorded.
Ryan just called. I'll go Ryan.
Unlucky.
Just go aggressive
Go
on Ryan.
Ryan.
Ryan low.
5 support CMP.
I'm dead.
Nice.
Zarya.
Zoya one.
Widow jail. Widow jail.
Widow
Widow jail.
Widow
Discord.
dead. Get fucking shit on, oh my god.
Damn.
Anna. Now Lucio.
No. Let me.
Taking some good angles, taking some good positioning.
Martin.
Stole him. We can stole him.
Martin, there's a
Okay.
Genji!
Jellies.
My orb's on you.
Thank you.
Making some pretty nice evasive movements here.
It's Lucio with no fucking leg.
Yeah, this point, when playing Widowmaker, you have to really be smart about taking a bunch of different angles all the time. Because Reinhardt becomes pretty much useless. He's pretty much useless on this point against a smart Widowmaker. Because, I mean, there are a bunch of high grounds that you can stand on. You can shoot down at a bunch of different angles. It is super important to take control of high grounds. That is why most teams swap to Winston D.Va here, to be able to fight about on the high grounds and take space to let supports run and stand on the low ground without getting shot at by pesky Widowmakers. But it is still, you still have a bunch of different options where you can get some nasty sightlines. So most people just think about the high grounds and they forget that you can actually do other flanks. So you can use this part of the map, you get a bunch of vision here, and you get a bunch of vision into this side of the point. Imagine the fight is around here. You have your Reinhardts, or they have their Reinhardt, but all of the supports are going to be standing here behind. So you can maybe get one shot in here, and as soon as you get one shot, you usually have to switch up your positioning. So that means maybe standing on this high ground instead. This also gives you some pretty good sightlines onto this part of the map. And you can also be a bit sneaky going into this little room here. So let's say the enemy team has gotten some kind of advantage, starting to push up. The Reinhardt shield is over here. The supports are probably standing here. You can use this little door to get a nasty pick from the side and then use your grapple hook to disengage. Or you could even do an even riskier play, which is after you've gotten your pick here, you move out and you grapple up to the high ground and start shooting them in the back. This is going to force them to either hide in this little house or just straight up lose the fight. So this point is actually amazing for Widowmakers. You have so many angles and you can do so many weird flanks. That is pretty much impossible for a Reinhardt to deal with. Like, your supports are going to die.
Oh my god.
They're dive now.
And that is why they swap to die.
Okay. Mega peel.
So now they're gonna take control of these high grounds, not let the Widowmaker get any sightlines. So he's gonna probably make use of this little jail here.
Careful, Adam. Don't ever.
Try and get a pick.
Look at me, look at me, look at me. Heals come here.
They're getting contested by the by the Genji.
Oh, Alex is dead.
They just want to put as much pressure on the Widowmaker as possible so that she doesn't get any shots at all.
Just peel for Ben, we just peel for Ben. I think we can win this. Grab mines.
I have a blade. I'm just waiting.
Monkey low. Speeding in.
Yeah, they trans and blade,
Still a monkey, still a monkey.
but it is lost.
You got purple. Able to kill.
Wait, what actually happened here? What else did they use?
Chill.
Look at me, look at me.
The enemy team used beat, I think.
Heals
They used
coming.
beat blade.
What the fuck? Genji's
Did they?
Oh, Alex is dead. Look at.
Oh, Sombra dies somehow.
Okay. Just peel for Ben, we just peel for Ben. I think we can win this.
Oh,
Grab
okay, so
mines.
they lose two at the
I
start.
blade,
Okay,
I
I see.
blade.
That's pretty hard.
Monkey low.
But they tried to turn this around here with trans and blade. It is a pretty good idea, but a huge nade destroys those plans.
You got purple.
And that is unfortunate. Huge play by the enemy Ana to hit that anti-nade, totally destroying and countering two ultimates for the price of none. So this fight is going to be super hard one now. They probably have
Genji Diva, top right.
like at least 4 ults. Probably have nano. Oh, that's a big pick. I didn't even see the Widowmaker here.
Genji Diva, top right.
Okay, I did see the Widowmaker, but look at this. How is that shot even a hit? Gotta do that in slow motion.
Genji Diva, top right.
I mean, I saw the Widowmaker the first time. I mean, this time. Here. How is that even a hit? You barely even see her. Oh my god.
There's more than that.
Get out.
Monkey one.
And as you can see, once again, the fight becomes about who can control high ground. That is why they put so many resources into taking this space. Because if you let the Widowmaker take this little platform here, your supports are suddenly in grave danger. The Winston got low, so we was forced out. And this gives Jealous here an opportunity to get value. And he instantly capitalizes. Huge plays,
Keep
huge
going,
plays.
they have no main here.
He has done his job.
We push. Serana's dead.
He got destroyed though.
Monkey.
Maybe
No
could have,
main.
probably could have saved him.
Okay, let's keep going. They have no main here.
We push. Serana's dead.
Okay, Jason kills the Widowmaker with his boop. Unfortunate.
Monkey.
And yeah, they still have a bunch of ults, so it is winnable. It is winnable. They won't be having nano since Jealous managed to get that high priority pick, but they will have both of their tank ults
Monkey
and
in the
beats
back.
and blade.
In the back line.
Kind of primaling.
The furthest back line. We kill him, he's discarded.
They only use Primal to win this fight.
We will die.
The next fight will be hard once again. Really good to put pressure on the monkey. This stops him from being able to dive. And is definitely something that you should do as a Widowmaker when you don't have any angles or any any way to pressure the backline. You can't take any flanks, or the enemy team has high ground control. Then just try to pressure the Winston as much as possible, so it is impossible for him to jump you.
No primal.
Monkey, monkey, monkey. Monkey,
Monkey,
monkey.
1 HP. This
discorded.
monkey's 1. He's discarded. He should
Got
die.
it. Genji.
Oh, that was so close.
He's half though.
Actually, almost
Oh,
got
you
that
didn't get
Genji.
beat. Sorry.
Coming after you.
Holy shit.
Come here, you idiot.
I'm a health, I'm a
That
health.
would have been a big comeback.
Is he still on you, Joss?
Yeah, he's still in my spawn door.
Jay, please.
Oh my god. I
He must really be enjoying the game.
That Genji
To this idiot, please.
doing his job, keeping that Widowmaker
Like, what's he doing?
busy.
I know
Guys, Callum Hog.
But
Callum.
Jealous doesn't matter. Or
questionable.
Jealous doesn't care. Doesn't care. He goes out, gets the Ana.
No.
But that is another one of those picks that don't really mean anything. Or I guess it gives him 10 more seconds on the clock, so it does mean a little bit. But it didn't actually have an impact on an actual fight.
Because, like, they
No.
don't
But he still did the right thing. Did the right thing by hiding in his spawn, because that means the Genji isn't doing anything else. With the Genji standing at the spawn door, just zoning the Widowmaker, means that the rest of his team can clean up, since they were at a man advantage, and the Genji doing nothing puts the enemy team in an even further disadvantage.
Solo
No,
shanking
no.
and it's just
Your
not
brain's the
working.
size of this walnut, except smaller.
Monkey one.
Yeah, as you can see, monkeys, oh. Monkey is the ultimate counter to Widowmaker at lower ranks, because they don't hit headshots, so you can jump them, and it's fine, and you zap them, and they die. But at higher ranks, holy shit, you jump a Widowmaker, they hit 2 headshots, you're just deleted. You are deleted. That's why you need to start learning the butt jumps, and trying to take like alternate routes or like half flanks to give her as little time as possible to hit a shot,
You're gonna poke down.
or have a Widowmaker, or have a Diva defense matrix you while you jump.
Freeze one,
Those are
Diva.
pretty much the only options.
He's gonna shift.
And a big reason for why defense matrix or Diva is used in combination with the Winston.
The Kree one peeked me. He's got his head like minus little fucking
Kree's one.
claw.
So Jealous winning the Widowmaker duel makes this fight very hard for the enemy team.
Cheers, Diva.
Can't
Nice, you
contest.
lost one, come back.
That's not happening.
And then on it.
The Widowmaker,
Monkey one.
Monkey's low.
and he just deletes the tanks.
He's off now.
He's discorded.
You see how hard it is for the
Just go, we
tanks
come.
to actually do
One,
anything
one,
when
nice.
they're instantly at half HP
Widow.
as soon as Jealous looks at them.
Cheers walls.
Kree no star.
Yes.
Kree's low. I mean, Widow's low as well. I think she's getting healed, yeah. She's got
He's actually pre-firing without having anything in his sights. That's interesting. Maybe I should start doing that. I never do that.
There's balls over.
Walls should be over.
Damn, he's doing it a lot as well. That is actually interesting. I know that it is very common in Counter-Strike, but I haven't seen a lot of it in Overwatch.
Okay, yep, now I'm gonna get fucked. Unlucky.
Never know.
So yeah, now they swap to Reinhardt. At this point, it is actually kind of okay to play Reinhardt, even though the enemy team has a Widowmaker, because of the way the map works. The Reinhardt shield perfectly blocks. Whoops, that's too long. The Reinhardt shield perfectly blocks this entire choke. So Widowmaker standing here can't actually hit anyone standing behind. So the Widowmaker is forced to use this this little high ground here, either this one to try and get a support, but if they have pushed up, even this place isn't enough. So usually you have to use this little high ground here above, so the Widowmaker can shoot at the people on the low ground. But this also puts the Widowmaker in a very, very, very dangerous spot. If they have someone that can contest the Widowmaker, she's probably dead, because you are not in line of sight of your healers that are standing around here, because there's a wall here, and you have to move to this little high ground here. So they swap to Reinhardt at this point because of that reason.
Oh my fucking god.
And as you can see, Jealous doesn't even want to go to the high ground because it is so risky, and they already lost one. It's just trying to get a few picks here.
What's up, B?
I'm blading.
Don't
That's...
lie.
Oof, the sound barrier.
Sorry.
Sound barrier saved the Widowmaker in the duel there.
You might kill me.
Oh my god, I could have.
And the barriers.
Anna.
Anna's feeding. Unfortunately, he missed.
Orange shields.
I beat when I come back.
I killed Zarya. Creed
And
is
now they have to swap to stall
They're beat.
and just try to touch point.
Orange charge, I'm on the tree. 3 half. 3 1.
I'm not going.
Unlucky. Almost got the McCree.
Okay with it.
Yeah.
Oh, the sound barrier.
Side.
Saving him
I
from
don't
the
know,
flash
mate, I
fan,
don't know,
and they
mate.
actually get the
Win
kill.
these, win these.
Oh my
They're shot,
god.
they're
Okay,
shot.
so let's see. Did we actually get to see any of these mechanics that I was talking about? Sketver, are you still in the chat, or have you left? Anyways,
Charge, I'm on the tree.
so look at the range that he is shooting at. He's always staying around this area or around this range. This is the blink melee range, so that he can finish him off if he sees that he is in a kill range. So once again, staying around that range, the 10-meter range.
I'm gonna go on the tree with it.
So here he goes a bit closer because he got the beat, I am guessing. He wants to bait out the flash fan because he knows he can survive it,
Yeah.
3 1.
and it's a really good idea.
I don't know, mid. I don't know, mid.
And they managed
these,
to
win these.
defeat the McCree. He left. Okay, unlucky.
They're shot. They're shot.
But still.
Just called the Ryan. Possible.
Where is he? Where is he?
He's mid. He's mid. He's mid.
Oh, there he is.
That's true.
Fuck,
Okay, we got it, boys.
Ryan's discorded now? Ryan's discorded.
Okay, keep Discord on. He's gonna charge in. Yeah, shot at 2 minutes.
Unlucky. Almost got the 90 degrees
out,
flip.
come
Grime
out.
on, grime on.
Dead. Nice, nice. Okay.
Winnable, winnable.
So,
Good pick up.
3 times.
Some.
Symmetra? Excuse me? Is this a joke? Or is this an actual strat? It is an actual strat. They're gonna play Sim. With what? With Doomfist?
I'm gonna go read.
What are they talking
Tell
about?
him your ball.
I've just visualized that in my head. That was very nice.
I fucking hate
Jim's
ball.
gonna
Yeah.
banner was then.
Oh, you can
Run
be
the
lucky
plan
if
by
you
us
want.
again.
You beg the play. Okay, TPing you 3 as in Alex, Evan, Callum, top right onto cafe from the right side.
Yep.
We will then
Okay.
meet up at the choke by pinching the people in the choke. Okay. I think monkey's better actually, but ball is fine.
Okay.
I just say you
Just
can bother
surrounding
people.
them.
What is this next level shenanigans?
No, no, no.
Ryan's now, yeah.
Okay, so they're gonna teleport
Okay, well, we're jumping. on-
Reaper and Ball and stuff onto the cafe. And then they're gonna drop down on them,
Fucking
okay?
Ryan, slam him into us, yeah, Callum. I'm TPing you up there now, guys. Go, go,
There's a
go.
McCree there.
Going.
Whoa,
McCree's,
it's a
McCree's discord.
flashbang.
McCree's discord.
Cree low,
Control.
Cree
Just
low.
Don't die now. You guys need to run away if you can.
I can do that very well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get Mega real quick.
Yeah,
So
you
now-
guys
Ryan's
just
Discord.
don't die.
Just chill.
Top. Top, man. He's,
I got the
it's
Ryan,
above
I'll throw
office. Yeah, they're top.
Yeah.
McCree's
Are we all
low.
here? Oh,
Crease
Alex is
camping
here.
cafe.
Are you ready?
I'm not sure I
All
understand the
ready.
point of
I
this.
can't
Go,
go
go,
for
go.
the
You
first.
can.
Top's cafe.
Top's
Top's
low.
cafe. Sorry, no, they were the bubble. They were the bubble. Go on, Ryan.
Run in.
Anna dropped. Spinning it.
Play the Ryan a bit.
Okay, so now that the Rhine shield is low, they're going in with the Sim. He's getting a bunch of charge on the Rhine shield.
Kill the Ryan. Kill the
Guys,
Ryan.
taking
a lot of
McCree's
damage
flanked
on
and
the
killed
Ryan.
me. What the fuck is he doing?
Pretty dead.
We're dead. I've healed some point.
This is winnable.
I throw a TP in there for you, Alex.
I'm purple. I'm dead.
Okay, not
I'll
winnable.
drive free.
Okay, come back.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Why does McCree do the things he does? I don't understand.
So stupid. I hate it.
It's so dumb. He goes for the hard flank. Everyone.
Okay.
Can't even hear his fucking big old fucking 20
I've almost-
kilogram
I
cow
don't really see the benefit of doing that.
boy boo. Just can't hear them. Fucking
Like the attack becomes way too telegraphed, I think. They can be super ready for it. The first time they had the McCree flashbang and the Torb turret and stuff, like the Reaper just got instantly deleted. I don't know.
he
I don't know.
silences on something. So annoying.
Alright, we're ready.
Like you can probably just use a Ryan and a Lucio to get yourself to the point with the Reaper and try to apply value
Rhino,
or
if we can.
killing the Rhino, pressuring the Rhino that way.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I'm not sure, I'm not sure.
Oh
Yeah.
no, somehow they know I'm here.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe they had a plan I
Ben, let's
am unable to
let's
comprehend
push you
at
up a
the
little
moment.
bit, Ben.
Okay,
Some
Tracer
damage.
chilling. How do you like save your stream? It saves itself automatically for 14 days. if I don't do anything. But afterwards, I can make highlights. I can make highlights of stuff, and I usually make highlights. If you press on videos, you can see that I have a bunch of highlights of reviews, where you can try to find a hero that you want to look at, or a rank that you want to look at. But yeah, I don't really know how many highlights I can save. I think I should be nearing the limit, and I've gotta look that up. I just went into a QP game and tried to distance myself more, and it really worked. Thanks. Holy shit, nice, well played. I actually just asked if you were still in the chat, because he was playing Tracer earlier, and I can actually move back and just show you what happened. Let's see here. Was this fight around here? So yeah, they are in a stall situation here. Hello, Linny. Welcome to the stream. They were in a stall situation here, so he swapped back to Tracer just to get to the point fast. Nice. Hälsa tillbaka. He just swapped back to Tracer here to try and do something about this fight. So I just wanted to show you the distance that he is using here against this McCree. He's always standing around the 10 meters mark, enough to be in range of blink melee in case he notices that he becomes low enough. So there he was afraid of the flashbang, instantly recalls, and then his team beats. So he's confident he can take this duel here because he has the shield from the sound barrier, so he survives the flashbang.
3-1 left side.
And then once again holding this about this
I don't know,
range
mate, I don't know,
on the
mate.
McCree. You see he jumps back to still keep that 10-meter range.
We win these, we win these.
Becomes a lot easier to track. Super
Just call the
important.
Ryan. Possible?
Where is he? Where is he?
It's mid.
Yeah, that's everything I wanted to show you. But nice that you're seeing improvements immediately. I thought you would. Let's move in here. Okay.
Just can't hear them.
So now he's Tracer again on attack.
Fucking silences on something.
Let's see what he does.
I
No,
can
no.
see the Rhino.
Gonna chill here on the high ground.
No, I mean.
Oh yeah, Ben. Okay. Ben, let's push you up a little bit, Ben. Some damage on.
I could go. Ah,
Yeah,
McCree's
yeah.
looking for me. I'm gonna go this way.
We're waiting on you, Callum. That's the thing.
Okay.
Can you just tell us?
Yeah. Okay.
Chilling for the ball
shit.
to actually engage.
I'm dead now.
I'm going
Uh,
on the McCree.
he didn't see the
Ah,
McCree.
55
Unlucky.
seconds.
It happens.
Yeah. You're not sitting choke and wait for you to go in, Callum.
Crease
We'll
top.
wait for
Okay,
Callum.
so let's see again.
Take the
He got destroyed again.
Ah.
It's not going well for Mr. Jellies here.
Don't worry, Carl drives.
Okay.
Unlucky.
Okay, they have
I'll
literally,
blade. I'll
Need
blade
heals,
what you.
I need heals.
they
Oh, left,
have literally every.
Ben left behind you.
Wait, what else did they have?
Okay,
Evan,
they
They have Blade and Beat and Trance. The enemy team has pretty much everything. I don't think they've used a single ult yet because their dives have been ineffective.
have li-
So they can probably beat the Blade. And then Grav. Yeah, they're gonna be forced to save Transfer Grav. They're probably gonna be forced to save Beat for Shatter. Or maybe Molten Load, or maybe just to go all in with the Blade. We'll see. But going all in with the Blade is gonna get countered
Blade,
by a
I'll
Beat of
blade
their
what
own.
you-
I need heals.
They-
Probably
they
not gonna
have
work.
literally every-
Ben left behind you now.
It's gonna be
literally
really
every
hard,
ult, by the
really
way.
hard. They should probably do
Try to play around.
a dry push, let the
Yeah.
enemy team use some ults,
Ryan's gonna low.
and then go in with Beat Blade or something.
I'm going in.
If we just call the round with you.
Okay, here comes the Shatter. Are they beating? No, they all just died.
Okay,
Okay,
they're just gonna nano their
They
right
use
next fight.
tools.
They still have Grav, Hugh Transit.
Yeah.
They have beat as well. They're gonna beat your Blade, Evan. Okay. Evan,
hey, some really good ult planning and tracking here from
can you
the
beat
from
out
Mr. Jason.
beat with Blade and we can try
Like
and get
it.
something with Pulse's ult.
Wait, what did he
Evan,
say?
can you beat out beat with Blade and we can try and get something with Pulse's ult? Ben, can you try and discard the Rhino the Zarya when
Yeah,
Pulse goes to
Okay,
ult and I can speed him in?
decent plan. So they're gonna Blade to force out the Beat from the enemy team, and then they're gonna have a Reaper go in with an ultimate, or with the Death Blossom. Speaking is hard. the Death Blossom. That might work, it might work. I'm not sure how the Reaper is gonna get in position though. Then he still has the Rhine Shield
I
to
could even beat
think
him.
about.
Sorry.
Okay,
Oh,
we got
what
beat out.
the
That's
hell is
good.
McCree doing?
It's massive.
Planting, planting,
Yeah.
planting.
That was a nasty one clip. McCree not paying attention at all. And they
Yeah.
trans the grab like they said.
Yeah.
What happened to the blade?
Zarya behind us.
I'm on the Rhine right now. I'm on Rhine. Rhine.
Run.
Huge, Alex!
Okay, okay.
What the fuck?
Plan successful. Plan successful.
Blade. Fucking the fidget spinner boy.
Okay, so let's see how he uses Pulse Bomb here. He is gonna wanna hit either the Ana or the Lucio.
Done that. Now I'm hungry.
I just want to go.
Maybe the monkey. If the monkey decides to jump in here, they could actually stick the monkey and try to kill him.
91.
Oh, they don't even need to. Reaper.
I smell like
New
a
Reaper
bee.
being way too strong.
Oh, there's a Kree there as well, watch out. He's very smelly.
True.
McCree plays actually morbidly on ace.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
shit, my WK, no! No.
I can smell him
Fight,
from
fight,
Romania.
Go back. Just what's he doing? This guy's
Oh,
pressing-
there's no way I've been slipped there.
Oh, you're not having fun.
Wait, I think, oh.
Fucking
They're gonna come.
Just push the pillar, push the pillar.
Push the pillar.
Just go to anything and then
pushing.
tell me what it is.
New Reaper still isn't that strong, I've found. Well, yeah. He is still as weak as he was before to like double sniper. And not super strong against Goats. I mean, Goats has the same effective range as Reaper. So it's really hard for Reaper to actually apply any real damage between all of the Zarya bubbles and defense matrix, Brig shield, Rhine shield. And as soon as he gets close, he has to be very afraid of getting Brig bashed and deleted. But in like regular 2-2 comps, if a Reaper is only playing against the Rhine Zarya as the front line, then that's pretty much a free win for a Reaper. It is insane how much damage and healing or sustain he has if he isn't getting focused. At least that's what I noticed when I tried him out yesterday. And I actually think you could play around with like he synergizes so well with an Ana. If you hit your healing nade onto the Reaper, his lifesteal actually gets the benefit from the heal nade, so he becomes pretty much unkillable. And Nano as well. He takes less damage, deals more damage, so he lifesteals even more. So they synergize quite well. I think doing something like a Reaper Goats, so like triple support, you have Ana, Lucio, and Zen. Ana, Lucio, Zen. Or maybe Brig, I'm not really sure, but I think Ana, Lucio, Zen is gonna be the best. And then you play Rhine, Zarya, Reaper. I think that's gonna be the new Goats.
He's coming. Monkey.
Because you have way more shield pressure if you have a Reaper and the enemy team has a Diva. Wait, it depends.
Oh, I'm dead.
Diva stock, Diva 1.
Get the
Oh,
diva.
Monkey also 1.
Divo. I did make Diva. Diva. I'm getting out. Chase me. I actually chased me. You've chased me. You've actually chased me. Why are you there? Go away.
Between his TP being slower than the advance of some and his only weakness not actually defended against, he's still depressing to play. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Slower than the advance of the Somme? What's the Somme?
That's like a swarm of ants piling on Alex's sleeping body.
Oh,
Oh, that poor little Diva. Holy shit, Widowmaker popping
Monkey
off.
spawn. This is happening.
Cue the anime music.
Monkey's
Genesis,
one.
cue the
come here. I got him.
Huge picks. Wait, I want to see that baby Diva die again. Look at this.
Oh,
He didn't even try to kill her, he was trying to kill the McCree. But look at her body. Oh,
oh,
look at this shit.
oh.
huge picks, huge picks.
Oh.
So the Somme is a famous battle from World War One. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
You did it anyway. I'm
It's
with you.
happening,
There's a
it's
monkey out of spawn. This is happening.
Cue the anime music.
Yeah, he is pretty slow, but that's why I'm thinking, like, if you have, you know, the goats comp, how it works, you just stand on point and you have sustain and you chill, and then you have insane brawling power. Like the Reaper can do exactly the same thing, but maybe that comp actually gets destroyed by like spam, like ranged spam. I guess Ashe Hanzo that can abuse high ground just deletes the Reaper goats pretty much. Since you don't have a diva that can contest high ground or eat a bunch of spam, you probably just die. I didn't think about that.
Monkey's one.
Come here.
Oh well.
I got him.
What's that one song from My Hero Academia?
We still haven't been experimenting much in scrims, so I'm not really sure exactly what works and
You say Ran.
what is good and
I
what
was
isn't.
thinking of the-
We're
I
gonna
was
have to
thinking of the
try
JoJo
out some
tattoo
more
one,
stuff.
I'm not gonna lie.
God, that song's so good though.
It's
I don't know.
fucking
Oh,
absolute
Flair.
top. Oh, goodbye.
Oh,
It's
it's fine.
happening!
Okay, you just can't.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna see a lot more of Ashe. Like Ashe is so good against most comps actually. Ashe is just a really strong hero. Now that Diva isn't as strong as before.
Wait, I need to old people.
Sad. Cool. Hello, Pulsar W. I'm with you, friend.
It's
I'm
like jealous
Why
decided.
Ooh,
I can't get to you. I can't get to you.
Run.
Kill him, please.
unlucky.
Fuck this guy, he chased me
Standing
down.
steam. Where's my sub, by the way? Where's my sub emotes? Well, they're coming, dude. They're coming. They're coming. I have ordered them. They should be coming in like 2 or 3 days. Don't worry. And hello. Welcome back to the stream. Long time no see.
That minute. Please kill him. Kill him!
He seemed to have bladed us.
Why is he
Yeah.
bladed then?
Okay, they bladed and nano monkey. Chase me.
We are
I was joking.
I
You
killed
fucking
Rana.
idiot.
Okay.
Some top quality comms in here.
Oh,
Don't
hello.
raise. Okay.
I pissed on the monkey. He didn't even kill me.
Now Rana's respawning.
So they're still playing Reaper on the second point.
We have 6 ultimate abilities.
And
They-
Jellis is actually deciding
That's where I am. I'm
Okay, okay. They
to take some space
split,
all alone
they
here.
use nano, they got
Genji being ready for it
time
though.
with this fight.
You can see the frustration.
Ben, if the monkey
Jellis's
if the
face.
monkey
Yeah,
pushes you,
I just hit the
chance.
best sleep of my life.
Yeah, he's really good at
I
sleeping.
say
He
peek or
isn't
whatever.
thinking
Yeah.
clearly.
Touch, by the way. You have
Fuck
to
you
touch,
lot.
you have to touch, you have to touch, you have to touch.
I can touch.
And now they had a weird
Spinning you,
stagger
spinning you,
fight.
spinning you. I can beat you.
And the Genji
I beat you, I
deletes
beat
him
you.
once again.
Keep going.
Mikey, one.
You're spinning,
Wait,
you're
did he
spinning.
have
Fuck
ult
you,
ready
lot.
here?
You have to touch, you have to touch, you have to touch.
I can touch.
Yeah, okay, that
touch.
was definitely a mistake then.
Spinning you. I can beat you.
Anadet.
I beat you.
Could have chilled, used his ult to win the duel against the Genji. Or at least try to dodge him.
Keep going.
Mikey, one.
Get that widow!
Chance.
Diva.
Oh, they're actually almost winning
Okay,
this.
can we get
Looks
monkey
like they're
next?
winning this.
Thank you for saving me, monkey.
Oh, never mind. Big bomb.
What a gentleman.
Widow getting a pick after the trance.
I'm coming.
This is
On
lost.
your ball, Trace is not the pick, chief.
Yeah, they stayed on a really weird composition for way too long here on second point. You really can't play Reaper here, I think. Way too long of sightlines and a bunch of high ground. That is way too hard for a Reaper to deal with. Genji can just... Is this quick play or scrim? This is this is scrims. 4,500 scrims. But it looks like they're experimenting. Like they've done a bunch of weird stuff. This whole scrim block. They were playing a triple DPS dive, Sombra Genji Tracer, with a solo monkey. I think you could play it, but with a solo Hammond tank instead. I think Hammond is better if you're gonna have one tank only. Then you could do some cool dives, Sombra decloaking, Genji going in, and Tracer as well on the pile drive. But I don't know, it didn't work out super well for them. They mostly played it like deathmatch. They were like, okay, we jump in and then everyone just picked the target and they out-mechanicked everyone. But they won a few games. They won a few games anyway, but they didn't really utilize the comp to its full potential. So okay, I have one more VOD to look at, but